Virus vs. Bacteria. It is advisable to use headphones so that you can listen each and every word and sentences clearly. Please listen this video till end, hope you can learn lot of new things. Here we have covered 1. Who is attacking you? Is that pathogen a virus or bacteria? 2. What is bacteria? 3. Classification of bacteria. 4. What is virus? 5. Comparing bacteria with virus. 6. Benefits of virus. 7. Effect of virus on our DNA. 8. Differences in preventing or killing viruses and bacteria. 9. Killing the virus present in your body. Your body is ill because your bloodstreams are filled with microbes. These microorganisms are using the cells of your own body against you. How do you stop them? Taking a step back, we should ask, who is attacking you? Is that pathogen a virus or bacteria? This will let us know how we should tackle the problem and make you healthy again. Bacteria and virus are completely different from each other. So, the ways of killing a virus won't kill bacteria too. We'll have to implement different methods for each. Both bacteria and virus are microorganisms and we can't see them with our naked eyes. Bacteria. Not all bacteria are harmful to us. Our body is filled with millions of good bacteria. Inside a human body, largest amount of bacteria are present in the gut. Unlike virus, bacteria can be easily termed as living organisms. For an organism to be considered as a living thing, these criteria shall be followed. 1. The organism should grow as well as reproduce. 2. It must respond to stimuli in the environment. 3. The organism in consideration must maintain homeostasis or an internal balance. 4. It must pass genetic information to its descendants. 5. The organism must be made of cells, fundamental units of life. If only one of these criteria is not followed, it becomes hard to classify it as a living thing. Bacteria do follow all of these criteria. It is made of cells and reproduces through cell division. Bacteria are likely the most diverse kingdom of living things on the planet. There are billions of different bacteria species, and not only that, there are trillions of bacteria sitting inside your body. Scientists have discovered that bacteria play an important role in making up your body's microbiome. Bacteria are actually beneficial in many ways. They can help you digest food and keep your skin healthy. We've come to realize that bacteria actually make your life better. Without a healthy microbiome of bacteria in your body, you won't be able to eat certain foods and become sick more often. Classification. According to their basic shapes and structures, bacteria are classified into 5 different groups. 1. Spherical, cocci. 2. Rod, bacilli. 3. Spiral, spirilla. 4. Vibrios. 5. Corkscrew, spirochetes. We now know bacteria are living things. They are single-celled organisms and follow all criteria of being a living thing. They are diverse and found everywhere around the world. Bacteria can be harmful to your health, but they are also beneficial for your body. So, do viruses have similar characteristics? The short answer is no. Viruses and bacteria have more differences than similarities. Let's start with one basic question: are viruses alive too? The answer to this is complicated. It will vary depending on who you're asked the question. Viruses are present in the wide area between living and non-living things. Here is a short list of viruses along with diseases caused by them. 1. Chicken pox, caused by varicella zoster. Spread through contact with infected individuals. 2. Hepatitis B, caused by hepatinovirus. Highly infectious through contact with infected body fluids. Vaccine for this disease is available. No cure for it has been found yet. 3. Herpes, caused by herpes simplex virus. Fever blisters. It is spread primarily through contact with infected saliva. This disease exhibits latency, i.e., this disease can be dormant for several years. 4. Smallpox, caused by variola virus. The last recorded case of smallpox was in 1977. A worldwide vaccine campaign wiped out the existence of this disease completely. 5. Mononucleosis, caused by Epstein-Barr virus. This disease is spread through contact with saliva. It has no cure and is common to affect young adults. Viruses cannot reproduce without hijacking the systems of a living cell. This means they don't have the characteristic of reproducing on their own. All living things can reproduce without taking control over another living organism and using it for their own purposes. Living things either find a mate and reproduce, like humans, or split in two using a form of asexual reproduction, like bacteria. Viruses can't do either of these things. Another characteristic of living things is that they respond to their environment. Viruses again are in the gray area where they don't really respond according to the environmental conditions. Viruses change the genetic code of the host's cells to suit their needs. They can cause cells to make copies of themselves along with protein shells, for protection, that carry them to other cells for spreading infection. Comparing bacteria with virus. Viruses are tricky both in the ways they use our own cells against us and identifying if they are living things or not. Bacteria on the other hand respond to the environment and make copies of themselves when there is abundance of resources or swap their genetic code with another bacteria around them. Evolution by natural selection is also an important concept when discussing living things. All living things evolved from the ancestral species of the past. We all evolved from the organisms that started life on this planet billions of years ago. Granted, you and bacteria went through many different changes and evolutionary steps, but humans and bacteria both evolved from earlier species. This is just how life works on our planet. Viruses most definitely do change over time. This is why you have to get a different flu shot every year. Although viruses are missing several characteristics of living things, they do seem to evolve. And they seem to evolve fast. Species evolve when a mutation in the DNA occurs that gives an organism a new trait. Mutations are random mistakes in the DNA, so some are good, some are bad, and some don't have any effect on an organism's survival at all. But with viruses, it would seem mutations happen so often, and so rapidly, that a new form of a virus can evolve almost overnight. We talked about the benefits of bacteria. But you may be wondering, do viruses give us any benefits? Or are they just little hijacking machines that make us sick? Well, one benefit of viruses is that weak or less harmful ones can help boost our immune system. Benefits of virus. If you get the common cold, and it makes you a little sick, your body may develop resistance to a more malicious virus with a similar genetic structure. In this case, your body would be better able to fight off the new virus thanks to the weaker virus that you got earlier in your life. Now, let's talk about one of the coolest benefits a virus can have for you. Let's talk about bacteriophage. A bacteriophage is a virus that kills bacteria. It targets a specific type of bacteria, infiltrates it, takes over, and destroys it. It is like microscopic warfare happening inside your body. Imagine you have a harmful bacteria multiplying away inside of you. It is making you sick and causing a lot of distress. Then a virus that has been lying dormant in the mucous lining of your gastrointestinal tract that awakes from its slumber. The viruses start attacking the harmful bacteria by injecting them with their genetic code and taking over. Eventually, the bacteriophages kill the harmful bacteria and are either evacuated from your system or lie dormant again waiting for their next victim. Bacteriophages are viruses that only kill bacteria, so they pose no threat to your cells. As of yet, we know of no bacteria that kill viruses, but there are countless different viruses that can kill bacteria. Effect of virus on our DNA. There's one last aspect of viruses that makes them unique and different from bacteria. When viruses infect us and hijack our cells, they can embed small chunks of their DNA into our DNA. Although this is rare, it has been happening for millions of years. So, over time the viral DNA has accumulated. Your DNA right now is actually comprised of around 10% virus DNA. Like mutations, the chunks of viral DNA in our genome were inserted randomly. Some of it is harmful, such as viral DNA that can cause cancer. Other pieces of viral DNA have been beneficial to us humans over our evolutionary history. There is evidence that some of the virus DNA in our genomes helped in the development of the human placenta. Also, if you enjoy eating cereal, bread, or any other food high in starch, you can thank viruses for providing humans with the gene that allows us to digest the complex sugar. Viral DNA is responsible for creating starch-digesting enzymes in our pancreas cells. Without virus DNA in our genome, we would all be on a starch-free diet right now. Differences in preventing or killing viruses and bacteria. The first and most important distinction to make when treating a pathogen is to identify if it is a virus or bacteria. This is important because only certain medicines work for certain types of pathogens. Antibiotics are used to kill bacteria. Since viruses are complicated and don't reproduce using cellular division, antibiotics have no effect on them. It is important that you can distinguish between viruses and bacteria to make informed decisions about medications being recommended for an illness. We all know bacteria are living things. All living things are subjected to the pressure of natural selection. When the environment of a bacteria changes, let's say an antibiotic is introduced, the bacteria will be killed by it. That is unless a random mutation allows one bacteria to become resistant, and therefore, able to fight off the antibiotic. If this happens, that species of bacteria will keep on multiplying and could lead to severe illness or death. Antibiotic resistance is a process that is driven by natural selection. The bacteria can literally evolve in your body to become resistant to antibiotics. This is why it is so important to take the dosage, for the correct dosage, for the correct amount of time, when prescribed antibiotics by your doctor. Even if you stop showing symptoms, you must complete your antibiotic regimen, because if you don't, the bacteria you were trying to kill are more likely to develop resistance to that antibiotic. We see this in certain parts of the world with TB, tuberculosis. Like we have said, living things tend to evolve over time, otherwise that species would go extinct. Bacteria are not exception. Killing the virus present in your body. So if antibiotics only kill bacteria, how do we kill viruses? There are two types of medicines that doctors use. The first is antiviral medication. The drugs must be administered within a certain time frame, and are only effective while the medicine is in the patient's system. When you travel to areas of the world with yellow fever, you can take an antiviral yellow fever drug. You have to take the pills as prescribed by the doctor, before and during trip, in order for the drug to be effective. The antiviral uses chemicals that kill the virus, but only if those chemicals are in your system, then the virus infiltrates your body. Vaccines can be used to prevent or kill both a virus or bacteria. Every vaccine is different and made to kill one type of pathogen. Vaccines typically use a weakened or dead form of the pathogen to activate the immune system. When the weakened or dead pathogen enters your body, your immune system identifies it and makes antibodies that mark it for destruction. After your immune system comes in contact with the vaccine, it will remember what the virus or bacteria looked like, so if you ever are infected with the actual pathogen, your body already has immunity to it. Then your immune system will do what it does best and destroy the pathogen before it can make you sick. Vaccines work the same way against bacteria and viruses. We have learned a lot over the years about viruses and bacteria. We know that they have some similarities, but are different in many ways. This article is based on our research from different sources. It is only one knowledge sharing effort from our side. Please follow our blog and subscribe this channel to get more this kind of information.